What up, y'all? You know what it is, man. It's your boy TrendsetterSense, and of course, this is Chosen Journey. And man, I got my brother here, man. He is going crazy right now. He got this special tour, man. I'm so glad that he finally, he's in the A. Got a big show going on, all for you. We're gonna have a purpose-filled conversation, man. My brother, Hulvey.
Sense, thanks for having me, man.
You're here.
Long time
Hey.
coming, bro.
It hasn't been that long. Couple
Hey.
months.
Couple months, babe. We clicked quick, so we had
Absolutely.
to make it happen, bro.
Man, what's up, man? You know, All For You tour. The first thing, before we even get into All For You tour, because we met when we put together the Rolling Loud set.
That's right.
And let's just kind of, backtrack a little bit, man. And, I'm going back and I'm thinking about the rehearsal. That first night. And shout out No Big Deal in the building. He's playing the cut right now. You know what I'm saying? And, just the moment that was created for God's kingdom. And we had conversations afterwards, and we started talking about everything, and you were talking about just how everything resonated with you. Can you kind of just, where are you now since that moment?
Bro, honestly, the word that comes to my heart when I think about Rolling Loud is just thankfulness, man. I'm thankful. I don't even know if 16-year-old me would even be able to process what God did that day. And the aftermath from it and the way that people were impacted. And so for me, bro, I'm just thankful.
Wow.
I look back on that and you really feel good when you look back, you have no regrets. Like that was one of them moments. I'm like, there's so many times in my life, I'm like, man, I would have did this different. I would have did this different.
Right.
Rolling Loud, it was like the Holy Spirit really took control. And I remember for me, just asking God to do a miracle backstage. And he grew my faith that day because I was like, nah, you do answer our requests, especially when our request is based on seeing people find you.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I'm just thankful, bro. I look back and bro, we definitely couldn't have done it without you and Rodney and Troy and everybody putting it together. So, bro, thankful.
It was kingdom work, man. It was service work. And it was all for a purpose. Think about it, man. Like when you think of Hulvey's journey, when did Hulvey discover his purpose? When did that moment? Was there a moment?
There was.
Yeah?
There was, very vividly, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. So I'm in college and I'm in my room, just praying, I'm struggling. And bro, I'm honestly just before the Lord, just struggling, bro. And out the middle of nowhere, I'll never forget it. To this day, this is what's marked my life, bro. He said, "You'll be my missionary to the four corners of the earth."
Wow.
And I just broke down crying. At the time, I was making music, trying to figure it all out. When he spoke that to me, it was like he just spoke that fresh path and purpose in my life. Like, you're meant to be my missionary. And I believe that was not just about music. It's just about my life, wherever I go, showing people who he is, And I'll never forget when he spoke that to me. I went back to school, and this missionary, school missionary camp came, and they were pitching themselves to the students. And I remember telling them, hey, this is what the Lord called me to do. He called me to be his missionary to four corners of the earth. And when they told me what they did, I remember in my spirit, this isn't it. You know what I mean? It was really weird because I'm like, these are missionaries. God told me I'm going to be a missionary. Why wouldn't this be it? And bro, I did not know that he was going to use this in the way he did. I didn't know that all them years listening to Lecrae and 116 and Derek Minor and all of them, I didn't know that it would lead to this right here, bro. I didn't know that God was going to use my love for hip-hop to reach people for Christ. I didn't fully see it. I mean, I wanted to do it, and I always had that desire and passion and call, but bro, I didn't fully know. You know what I mean? And so I thought I'd be out there somewhere in another country, being a missionary, but it turns out that, missionary is somebody who follows him and is a disciple, and no matter what they do or no matter where they go, they're on that mission. So, yeah, bro.
So when you first started musically, that was before, when did you find kingdom, that transition?
Yeah, so when I grew up in church, so for me it was more cloudy because I knew about God and I said the sinner's prayer and did all that. So as I, in 6th grade, I'm already listening to Christian rap.
Okay.
I'm in the church. I know I'm in Christian culture. But bro, it wasn't until, I went on a mission trip, Memphis, Tennessee. Jesus called me and said, follow me. And everything just changed for me, bro. I started going after him, became a disciple. And so it got a little cloudy at that time because I would even make music with God's name in it. But something changed, bro, when that mission that he spoke to me became real. And something changed when I realized that I had a relationship with him and I didn't have to keep doubting that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's when the music, the writing changed and the approach changed. It started off, I just loved hip hop and I was freestyling in school, battle rapping in the hallways. You know
Right.
what I mean? Just
Yeah.
doing the thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, bro, now when I look back, I can definitely see how the difference maker in what I do, it was John 17:3 the whole time. For this is eternal life, that you would know God and Jesus Christ whom he has sent. Knowing him personally is what changed the way my music sounded, the reason why I did my music. And so now I look back and I'm so thankful that he revealed that gift to me. Because, bro, there's a lot of artists that know about God and they can make music about him, but it's different when you know him,
Wow. Talk about fearlessness. Was there that moment Hulvey realized this mission that he's being called for, it's a fearless mission?
Yes.
Tell me when.
I'll take you into that. He's actually in the room right now. So I started building with Ace Harris, the A&R at Reach
Shout out
Records.
Ace.
Shout out Ace. He's
Reach Records in the building.
I can't. You do not have what I do without Ace, because Ace is just as a part of it. But bro, I'm in Brunswick, Georgia. I'm in a basketball court parking lot. My little brother's playing a game. Bro, I'm on the phone with Ace, and we had been building for probably a year at this point, 6 months to a year. And he was kind of throwing out the idea of like me coming to Atlanta and building and possibly signing with Reach, but it was kind of a long shot type of thing. He was like, listen, man, on the phone. And I'd already planned to move to Atlanta, keep in mind.
Okay.
I'm about to drop out of school. I'm about to just move on faith. He's like, listen, man, and bro, I don't really think this is gonna work. Like I'm too busy, bro. Got a lot going on. He's like, man, I just don't think this is gonna work. He's like, but are you still gonna move to Atlanta? And I was like, yeah, I'm still moving to Atlanta. And so I just went on faith, bro. And then I started working on a project by myself with my friend Zach Paradise, and Ace was seeing that when I moved to Atlanta. Oh, like he's still going after it. Like what I said didn't stop him, or there was no doubt. He just fearlessly went. You're saying the fearless mission.
Right.
And so he saw that, bro, and then he signed me later in the year in the summer.
Just like that.
Just like that. I was scrubbing toilets in Atlanta, bro, out in Roswell. I was scrubbing toilets, bro, just trying to make a little bit of money to fund the project. So,
wow.
Yeah, bro. And then that project came out through Reach. So It was crazy.
Talk about how Brunswick, Georgia, where you're from. Tell me how that shaped.
Oh my gosh, bro. I could go on about this all day. The grit of the community and of the people. Man, it's just where I'm from, the class difference is very noticeable. You can see where the rich live. You see where the not rich live, like me. And so basically where I'm from, to give you context, there's an island called St. Simon's Island. Very nice. Jekyll Island. And then there's Brunswick. And I'll never forget hearing the stories of people saying, hey, man, they were actually people that had like stuff on their cars saying like build a wall between St. Simon's and Brunswick. So that should show you there was a very big money gap and a big culture gap too. And so for me, bro, growing up, it was just that grit. Grew up in Perry Lane Road, grew up in a trailer with the AC in the floor. My parents working really hard. And I believe that those moments and those days when, they're stressed out, that shaped me, man. It helped me see what hard work looks like and trusting God looks like. My parents, they had to trust God, to provide for them and to make sure that we had what we needed. You know what I mean? So for me, my life was one of watching my parents' faith. And then in the community, bro, it was, as I grew, I started to see a lot of tension, a lot of racial tension. Brunswick is where Ahmaud Arbery was killed, bro. So it's very it's very hard to look at the community that you love and go, man, like this is still so broken. And so for me, one of the big connectors for me growing up and what shapes me was hip hop because, you know, that's where me and somebody who's from a whole nother world as me, that's where we connected. You know what I'm saying? We're rapping together, having fun at school. So we connected over that.
Wow.
And like, bro, that just created a lot of like perspective for me because I was able to see people as they were and them see me as I was instead of these stigmas that was going around the city because, you know, it was just like I said, there was a lot of racism around the city. It was a lot of classism around the city. So
Wow.
that grit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That like, I'm not like y'all. I don't got a lot of money. We got to work really hard. And no shade to people money,
Right,
but
right.
we had to work real hard, you know?
So talk about, you know, you speak about a lot of things that have shaped you and, you know, you define hard work and perseverance and purpose and things like that. Is there a Job moment in Hulvey's journey that like sticks out?
A Job moment. Well, first off, man, I definitely can't compare myself to Job because, man, that brother,
Right.
that's crazy, you know?
Right.
But I mean, for me, bro, I do remember all the music I made when I started getting really close to the Lord. He was like, hey, I want you to delete all of this music that you've created. And for me, that music was very close to my heart. It was too close to my heart. You know what I mean? It mattered too much. And bro, I deleted all of it. And,
Really?
And after that was the fruit of this, because then I started to grow in that real purpose of like, this is what my music's for. So that sacrifice was hard for me. You know what I mean? Just being like, all right, like I got to give this up. That was a Job moment for me. But I definitely I can't say I suffered like he has at all, you know? Like, but yeah, bro, that was hard. I think just also, man, growing up watching your parents struggle to feel like they belong was hard for me. Growing up in church and kind of seeing how for us not making as much money, there was insecurity there. And that was hard for me to watch my parents go through that, and it rubbed off on me too, of course, because for me it was like, man, I wanted to just belong and fit in. That's what my song Poor Party's about, you know, I just wanted to fit in. And I think when I think of a Job moment, I think of the suffering of like, man, I hope I belong. I hope you know, hope I'm seen like how Jesus sees me, you know? And so that was hard too, bro. Like watching your parents want to feel like they're belong to the church.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Talk about, man, I see that you know, your last project, Cry. What was the inspiration? Because, you know, musically, I feel a lot of emotion, spiritual emotion.
yes.
And I just want to kind of dive into the inspiration.
Yes, bro. For me, man, the crazy part for me was I would have these moments with the Lord. I'm sure you've had these too, where like I would just cry in his presence. Like in moments of pain or in moments of happiness, thankfulness. But like, bro, it would be these beautiful tears of like joy. Either way. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you just overflow with like, man, Lord, what are you doing in my heart? Like, I can't even explain this, but this is you. And I can't even help but cry right now. That really shaped this project because in this project, you see a lot of different human emotions. You see the emotion of loss, losing my granddad, 7 years old, trying to process the grief of that. I talk about anxiety, which is bro, I literally have been diagnosed with OCD, like professionally diagnosed, not like self-diagnosed, professionally. That's hard for me, bro, because I get anxious. It's hard. And so I wrote about that. And even in those hard moments, man, the joy of the Lord, he reminds me like, bro, I'm the strength in your weakness. So that was a big piece of the album. And then just the way I see myself, bro, like the moments where I struggle to see the son that he says I am. And I look in the mirror and I'm like, am I who you say I am? You know, Lord, like, who am I? I wrote about that. But then also I wrote about song Miracles, bro. I'm talking about the miracle worker. Have Me was on there to surrender, like, Lord, just have me. No matter, I can't get away from your presence anyways. Have me. Roses, bro. Talking about like the beauty of thorns and what comes from that. Like, yes, a rose is so beautiful and it's surrounded by thorns, bro. Just like Jesus. You know what I mean? And just like our lives, when we go through pain, we go through hard things, but he sees us and he wraps us in beauty, bro. You know what I mean? And those thorns were worth it. You know?
Wow.
And so the album is really touching on like all of these different tears, man. Like they're all worth it, and he sees them and he collects them. So that was the idea.
Crazy, man. Of course, we got Hulvey in the building, man. This is Chosen Journey, and my guy is on a U.S. tour right now. All for you,
sir.
Man, tell me the inspiration, man. Why? I know that's one of your songs, but why did you call the tour All
Bro,
for You?
I called the tour All for You because I wanted it to be a reminder as I'm going on the road what it's about. So to basically keep me in check, because the simple truth is, bro, I know what I'm called to do. I want people to experience him when they come to these shows. And with that title being the title, it forces me to align myself to the glory going to him and not to me. Because what I'm gonna look like laying down at night on the All for You tour, and in my head I'm like, man, tonight was the All for Hulvey tour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it kept me in check. It's keeping me in check every night. Bro, I'm watching our crew align to the mission, like they want to get with it. So yeah, bro, that was a simple reality. I just wanted people to experience him.
Man, it's going crazy, man. And you brought your family with you,
That's
wife
right.
and your kids, and you
on a tour
put
bus.
that out there, man. Talk about that experience.
I don't even know what this thing would be like if they weren't with me. It brings me a certain peace of mind, but also just brings me that purpose, bro. Like when I see, bro, I'll be performing. I look to my left. There's Rachel. There's the boys. Side stage. And it's like, gosh, like brings me encouragement when the enemy's trying to drown me down. You know, bro, sometimes the biggest battle for me is while I'm performing.
Really?
I'm having a blast, and then the enemy starts speaking to me while I'm performing, you know?
Really?
You know how it goes, man. You're doing something purposeful, and you feel that voice. It's like, dang, bro. Man, when I look and I see my wife and my boys, bro, it just reminds me, bro, of like God's doing in my life. It reminds me of the treasure. Like they're a treasure to me, bro. So for me, like, it just fills me with joy, and I feel like the enemy's voice gets stumped out.
Right.
I know my wife praying for me, so I'm looking at a prayer warrior, you know, right to my left. So it's been a blessing, man.
Crazy.
And
man.
my son, my older son, Memphis, knows everybody's name, so he's loving it. Yeah, man.
Shout out to my brother, No Big Deal. He's in the building,
My
man.
goodness.
And of course, he's on tour with you, All for You. Tell me what came to the collaboration with bringing No Big Deal along.
Yes. I told Dill this. I said, bro, it was prayer. It was prayer. I mean that. We're looking at a couple different people, and the peace. Like I want to make a decision based on peace. And when Dill would come to mind, I had that peace. And it was that simple. I trust him, you know. The guy has integrity. He's been helping me through stuff on the road, bro. I'll talk to him late at night when I know he wants to go to sleep. But he's there for me anyways. Wow. So he's got wisdom, bro. And I believe the Lord put us on this not just for the show, but for the brotherhood. And, bro, we didn't even know Rolling Loud happened after we had already chalked up the tour.
Really?
Yeah. So we didn't even know what was about to take place. And we're working on a song. I got to get my stuff done for it. So
wow.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy. Shout out my brother, No
Brother.
Shout out Morgan.
Yes.
Reach Records in the building. Let's talk about these experiences on the road, man.
Yeah,
they've been going crazy. They've been going viral. Tell me, like, man, city to city. I mean, this is like a classic tour, bro.
It's a frontier. It's a whole frontier, bro.
Tell me, man, the connection with the fans, how they are so connected with everything, man. The energy is ridiculous.
I'm getting imposter syndrome. I'm looking out here. I'm like, how y'all really know every lyric? I don't know every lyric. I really don't. I'm up here like, yo, y'all singing these songs for me out here, man.
Right.
That right there is crazy. Bro, every night I'm doing Heaven's Door. I'm looking out in the crowd. I'm watching people weep and cry. That's crazy. And then, bro, let me tell you something else that I love to see, bro. Christian music has for a long time had a big problem with diversity in the audience, bro.
Okay, talk to me.
We're looking at diverse audiences, bro. Like nothing's lopsided, bro. This is everybody from any walk of life is showing up to these shows, bro. So for me, like, yeah, bro, that I couldn't be more grateful to have a diverse audience in that room, bro.
Is there like a particular song that, like you said, Heaven's Door? Like, which is it, Heaven's Door, or which song is like you're just feeling his presence in there.
Oh, there's a worship section in the show. That's where it's just like Holy Spirit's presence just breaks out in that room
Wow.
for people. And like you see somebody's grandma in the back praising, and you see a young teen praising, crying. People's eyes closed, hands lifted high, praising him, bro. I sing that song, Gratitude, by Brandon Lake. I'll sing that, cover that.
Yeah.
During it and on some of the nights. Another song I've been singing is the Holy Spirit, You Are Welcome Here song. These songs, man, the worship acoustic session has just been hitting, bro. Yeah.
Man, it's crazy, man. U.S. tour, all for you. 2025. Talk about it, man. What are we doing, Hulvey?
Yeah, bro. So I'm planning a B market tour. So
it's nonstop.
Nonstop. So gonna go back out on that. Got some other stuff we're figuring out.
We have a date on that?
I don't. Not yet.
All
We're working on it. I'm thinking the fall. Gonna figure it out.
Okay. All right.
It's gonna be crazy, man.
Wow.
It's gonna be crazy. And then, bro, I'm working on a song right now that I think could be one of my best. And I mean, I've been getting opinions and sifting it around. And I'm really excited. I'm actually performing it tonight.
Really?
In Atlanta.
Is this the first time or?
First time ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's on some other stuff, bro. It's on some Justin Timberlake, Timbaland type stuff. I'm pretty excited. So yeah, it's time. Since you're gonna have to have your phone out for that one, man. We gonna have to,
okay. I'm pulling the phone
I'll play
out.
it for you after the show.
Definitely in this.
Yeah, bro. Ain't this crazy we linking up right now, man? Goodness,
it was
bro.
meant to be, man.
And my brother, man, this is crazy.
I know, man. You were talking about like when we were after the show when we had a conversation,
bro.
We're praying, like
he was moving, man.
Yeah.
I feel like we connected from the rip, bro. And so that's what it's about, man. All this stuff is cool, but that brotherhood, like
outside of all the
even you calling me before the tour, hey, bro, I just want to call you and pray for you, let you know I'm rooting for you, bro. That's what I needed. Like I was telling you, I was in the Word reading about that. So for you to be that right before the tour meant the world to me, bro. So
I appreciate you.
Yeah, bro. I just want to say that, bro. It means a lot to me. It's more than interview or
right.
Just brotherhood.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All for you. You said you got a song. So does that mean we have another project or what's going on?
Singles. I'm just running with singles until I figure out. One day I want to rap. The next day I want to sing. I'm trying to figure it out. So this is a good time to throw music out and see what hits the wall.
I like that. My brother, Hulvey, man. You see it all for you. Cry. Reach Records, man. Shout out my brother, No Big Deal. He's in the building. He's playing audience right now. Man. You know what I'm saying? Being real humble and quiet, But my brother, he's going crazy. Man, shout out to everybody.
Tour wouldn't be the same without him, man.
No.
Glad you're on this, bro.
Man, thank you, Hulvey, man. You see what it is, man. TrendsetterSense, Hulvey. Of course, this is Chosen Journey.
Come on.
Right.
Woo! Man, thanks for having me, bro.
Oh, yeah, we got